Ishvara is not a person sitting somewhere judging you. He is the very intelligence of existence, the cosmic law, the living consciousness that holds the Jiva and the Jagat together.
Now, feel this. The same intelligence that beats your heart is the same intelligence that is beating the heart of the person sitting next to you. The same intelligence that is beating the heart of every being is the same intelligence that is pulsing through this entire cosmos. You're not an isolated.
Three separate things. They are three appearances of the one reality. Like the same gold appearing as a ring, a necklace, a bangle, different names, different forms, but it's all only gold.
Now, let the jiva dissolve. Let the sense of being separate, me, dissolve into the vastness of Ishvara. You're not a fragment trying to reach the whole. You are the whole, dreaming that you are a fragment.
Let the Jagat dissolve. All your problems, all your stories, all your past, all your future. Let them dissolve into this vast intelligence.
And now, even the idea of Ishvara as something other than you, let that dissolve too.
What remains is only Paramashivam, the formless, the timeless, the spaceless reality that is your own true nature.
Not a concept, not a belief, but the living truth of what you are.
The formless, timeless, spaceless reality that is your own true nature. Now, from this space of Paramashiva, be ready to receive the live darshan. Darshan is not seeing your Guru. Darshan is a recognition of your own true nature reflected in the form of a living Guru.
Initiation is not receiving something from outside. Initiation is the awakening of what is already there inside you, which is awakened by the touch, the word, the presence of the Master.
So now, in this vast, open, empty, full space of your being, simply be available. No expectations, no demands, not even feeling I want this experience, I don't want that experience. Just simply be available. Like a valley waiting for the echo, like the earth waiting for the rain, like the darkness waiting for the dawn. Just be available.
Paramashiva is already here. The Master is already here. The initiation is already happening. Your only work is to stop blocking it with the idea that you are a separate being, that you are a separate jiva.
So just rest here in this space of pure receiving. Just be open, empty, and available. Just rest in the space of pure receiving, just being open, empty, and available. Rest in the vast, open, empty, full space of your own being. Just simply be available. No expectations, no demands, just being a pure receptacle, ready to receive. Paramashiva is already here. The Guru is already here. The initiation is already happening. Your only work is to stop blocking it with the idea that you are a separate jiva. So just rest here in the space of pure receiving. Let the sense of being a separate jiva, a separate me, dissolve into the vastness of the Ishvara. You are not a fragment trying to reach the whole. You are the whole, dreaming that you are a fragment. Let the Jagat dissolve. Let all your problems, all your stories, all your past, all your pains, all your future, let them dissolve into the vast intelligence. Let even the idea of Ishvara being something other than you, let that dissolve too. What remains is only Paramashiva, our Guru, the formless, the timeless, the spaceless reality. That is our true nature.
ॐ शिवा शिवाय Nithyanandam, Kailasa welcomes you all to the Nityotsava celebrations. Puja is where we mirror our brains with the powerful neurological activity of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, who is the ultimate manifestation of Paramashiva. Here, in this auspicious moment of space time, through this puja, we will access the higher vertical time zones. Let us now offer our heartfelt gratitude and devotion to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and all his deities in Kailasas around the world.
ॐ सहस्रदलपङ्कजे सकलशीतरश्मिप्रभम् वराभयकराम्बुजं विमलगन्धपुष्पाम्बरम् प्रसन्नवदनेक्षणं सकलदेवतारूपिणम् स्मरेत् शिरसि हंसकं तदभिधानपूर्वं कुर्वम् अथ धूपः ॐ धूरसि धूर्वधूर्वन्तं धूर्वदयोस्मान् धूर्वदितं धूर्वयं वयं धूर्वामस्त्वं देवानामसि संस्थितमं वप्रतमं ज्येष्ठतमं मन्यतमं देवहूतममृतमसि हविर्दानं त्रिगुंहस्वमाक्वाः मित्रस्य स्वाचक्षुषा प्रेक्षेर्मा संविक्ता मात्वाहिकं शिशुम् श्री सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानन्द परमशिवाय नमः धूपमाग्रापयामि अथ दीपः ॐ उद्दीप्य स्वजातवेदो भग्निं निरृतिं मम पशुभृत्यमग्यमापः जीवनं च दिशो दिशा मानोहिकं श्रीर्जातवेदो रामश्वं पुरुषं जगत् अभिद्रदग्नागहि श्रिया मा परिपातया श्री सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानन्द परमशिवाय नमः दीपं सन्दर्शयामि अथ नैवेद्यम् ॐ मधुवातारतायते मधुक्षरन्ति सिन्धवः माध्वीन सन्तोषधीः मधुरक्तमुदोषधि मधुमत्पार्थिव पुङ्गजः मधुद्योरस्तु नः पिता मधुमान्नो वनस्पतिर्मधुभागं अस्तु सूर्यः माध्वीर्गावो भवन्तु नः मधु 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 श्री सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानन्द परमशिवाय नमः नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि नैवेद्यानन्तरमाचमनं समर्पयामि नीराजनम् ॐ साङ्ग्रहण्येष्ट्यायतते इमां जनतागुं सङ्ग्रहाणीति द्वादशारत्नेरजना भवति द्वादशमासाः संवत्सरः संवत्सरमेवावरुद्धे मौञ्जी भवति ऊर्वैमुञ्जाः ऊर्जमेवावरुन्धे चित्रानक्षत्रं भवति चित्रं वा एतत्कर्म रघुरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि श्री सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानन्द परमशिवाय नमः कर्पूरनीराजनं सन्दर्शयामि रक्षां धारयामि शोणाद्रीशावताराय ज्योतिस्तम्भस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् तत्त्वज्ञानप्रदाताय नित्यानन्देश्वररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् मूलप्रकृतिरूपाय परमशिवशक्तिस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् दण्डत्रिशूलहस्ताय कालकालस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् आदिपूज्याय देवाय सकृत्पूर्णत्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् सर्वाभयविनाशकाय शत्रुसंहाररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् योगभट्टाभिषिक्ताय राजसन्न्यासधारिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् सार्वभौमैकपत्याय राजराजार्चिताय च श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् मङ्गलम् कल्पवृक्षाय मङ्गलम् ज्ञानदायिने परमशिवाय श्रीनित्यानन्देश्वराय मङ्गलम् मङ्गलम् श्रीविद्याम्बायै मङ्गलम् कामदायिन्यै सर्वमङ्गलदात्री नित्यानन्देश्वर्यै मङ्गलम् मङ्गलम् गुरुदेवाय मोक्षमूलाय मङ्गलम् परमावताराय नित्यानन्दाय गुरवे मङ्गलम् हरि ओम् तत्सत् सर्वम् भगवत् श्रीनित्यानन्द परमशिव पादुकार्पणमस्तु ॐ नित्यानन्दम्।
Paramashiva's direct message from Kailasa. Today, I am revealing the most fundamental cosmic secret. How does consciousness enter a whole reality field and begin to live inside it as though it were the final, absolute, only truth? Understand, listen, understand what you call this world, my life, my problems, my relationships is nothing but one tightly packed reality field which your consciousness has entered and started believing as ultimate reality. Listen. What science I am revealing today is directly from the Akashic records. Kailasa's intelligence agencies, classified documents I am declassifying. I am going to reveal to you all the power to be able to see, interact with, and edit, and rewrite, and recreate your past births and future births, if you want to take. Listen. I am breaking one of the biggest hoax. You are made to believe that this world is the ultimate reality. You are not who you think you are. The name you carry, the passport you hold, the job title you claim, the body you inhabit, the problems you worry about, all of this is just one tiny projection of your consciousness. And you have been living as though this one projection is the total truth of your existence. This is the biggest hoax ever played on human consciousness. You are not local. You are not limited to this one reality. Right now, as I speak these words, multiple births, multiple identities, multiple lives of you are simultaneously happening across different planes, different lokas, different dimensions of existence. You are the focal point. Pure consciousness itself. And on that focal point, countless versions of you are living, breathing, acting, deciding, loving, learning right now in parallel universes that are as real as this one you think is the only one. Listen. Today I am not only revealing this truth, I am giving you the actual technology, the living spiritual science to access these other realities of yourself, to complete them, to alter them, to edit and rewrite your past and future births, and to bring that knowledge and power into your present reality to manifest a completely different life. Listen, in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, this is not theory. This is lived reality. We mastered this science thousands of years ago. We lived it. We transmitted it from guru to disciple as the most precious spiritual technology available to human consciousness. The exact science I am revealing today was given by Devi Saraswati to Queen Leela. It is narrated by Rishi Vasishta to Bhagavan Rama in the Yoga Vasishta as the ultimate answer to the deepest questions of existence. Listen. Today, as the ultimate manifestation of Paramashiva, I am initiating you all into the power of Parakaya Pravesha, the ancient technology of consciousness traveling between bodies, between planes, between realities, while remaining perfectly rooted in the truth of who you really are. Understand? Small story. Mullah Nasruddin entered a crowded train carrying a huge luggage. After struggling for 1 hour standing, he suddenly lifted the suitcase onto his own head. Passenger asked, "What are you doing?" Mullah said, "I felt bad that the train is carrying so much weight already." You need to understand how localized your thinking is. ध्यान से सुनिए, आप एक ही पहचान, एक ही शरीर अथवा एक ही काल रेखा तक समित नहीं हैं। आप बहुआयामी चेतना हैं, जो एक साथ अनेक यथार्थों में विद्यमान है। गुरु उस सामर्थ्य को प्रकट करते हैं जिसे आप इन समांतर अस्तित्वों तक पहुंच सकें, उनका उपचार कर सकें और उन्हें रूपांतरित कर सकें। पतंजलि से बंध कारण शैथिल्या प्रचार संवेदनाश्च चित्तस्य परशरीर आवेशः। बंध कारण शैथिल्यात् प्रसार संवेदनाश्च चित्तस्य परशरीर आवेशः। By loosening the causes of bondage and by knowledge of the channels of consciousness, the mind can enter another body. Actually, this sutra breaks the whole idea. You have only one body and opens the possibility to experience the multiverse. Before I give you the complete science, understand the extraordinary context in which this knowledge was first revealed. Because the context itself is a teaching about the depth of what we are exploring today. Young Prince Rama, the avatar of Vishnu, along with Lakshmana, goes with the sage Vishwamitra to protect his yajna, and they fight and kill demons. That is Rama's first journey, first Vijaya Yatra. Other than his Gurukul and the palace, he has not gone anywhere else. First journey he is taking, Vijaya Yatra. And for the first time in his life, he sees the world as it actually is. Suffering, aging, death, and meaninglessness of ordinary pursuits. The hollowness of worldly ambition. Understand, till then Rama had never seen the world. Even when he studied in the Gurukul, it was outside of the kingdom. It was the forest. So when Rama goes to Vishwamitra and comes back, Rama is disillusioned and he falls into the deep kind of a seeking. Rama at the age of 16 falls into a deep spiritual melancholy, a complete dispassion from all existence. He refuses to eat, refuses to engage with royal pleasures, sits in silence, questioning the very nature of reality, the purpose of life, the mechanics of bondage and liberation. The questions Rama asks are so cosmically penetrating, so phenomenally deep that ordinary teachers cannot answer them. King Dasharatha, desperate to help his son, summons the great Brahma Rishi Vasishta. Actually, exactly what Buddha had, Buddha went through, Rama also goes through. Fortunately for Rama, Vasishta was available. For Buddha, no one was available, so he has to travel around and find the solution on his own. Because of Vasishta, Brahma Rishi Vasishta, Rama manifested his incarnationhood, his enlightenment very quickly, without wasting the time or going through what all Buddha went through. Buddha lost a lot of time and went through too much because he did not have a personality like Vasishta with him, available for him. To answer Rama's avatar level questions, the entire Yoga Vasishta is revealed, one of the longest and most intricate scriptural dialogues in all of Hinduism, much more than even Bhagavad Gita. Understand? I am placing Yoga Vasishtam little above than Bhagavad Gita. I am not disrespecting Bhagavad Gita. I am giving the due place need to be given to Yoga Vasishta. Containing over 30,000 verses that decode the complete science of consciousness, reality, creation, and liberation. Actually, Gita given by Krishna, Yoga Vasishta received by Rama. Yoga Vasishta does not just say the world is Maya and leave it there. No. It shows you exactly how Maya works, exactly how consciousness constructs reality fields, exactly how beings get trapped in nested worlds, and exactly how liberation happens through understanding and true nature of existence. The story of Queen Leela, one of key aspects of the scripture, the most extraordinary demonstration of how time is relative. Space is not absolute. Identity is layered. Listen. Only now science is even scratching all these subjects. Thousands of years before, Yoga Vasishta reveals and establishes time is relative, space is non-absolute, identity is layered, worlds are nested, and consciousness alone is the real traveler between realities. consciousness alone is the real traveler between reality. A king asked Mullah Nasruddin, if you had 2 horses, would you give one to the poor? Mullah replied, yes. If you had 2 houses, will you give one to the poor? Mullah said, yes. If you had 2 bags of gold, will you give one to the poor? Mullah said, yes. If you had 2 chickens, will you give one to the poor? Mullah said, no. King became confused. He asked Mullah, why not chickens? Mullah said, because chickens actually I have. I tell you, you are all exactly in that mullah situation. You think you only have small chickens and you are so possessive. You are possessive of even your fears and problems. Just see, when you actually get a solution, a great revelation, how your fears again try to possess you. You try to have any dialogue with your fear, you lost the game. ध्यान से सुनिए, भगवान राम की दुख और यथार्थ के प्रति गंभीर आत्म जिज्ञासा के कारण फल स्वरूप सद्गुरु वशिष्ठ ने उन्हें योग वासिष्ठ का ज्ञान प्रकट किया, जो चेतना और मुक्ति की परम विद्या है. A world is not made of matter first. A world is made of 5 stabilizers that lock your consciousness into one particular reality frame that make that frame feel final, absolute and unquestionable. The first stabilizer is memory. The way you organize and hold your past experiences decides what you call me and my world. In this present moment, when memory is frozen in one pattern, consciousness stays trapped in one reality frame. The second stabilizer is identity. The narrative story you maintain about who I am becomes the glue that holds the entire reality frame together and makes one particular version of existence feel completely solid and real. The third stabilizer is attention. Whatever you keep attending to again and again and again gains density, thickness, reality value, and starts appearing more real than it actually is in the cosmic order of existence. The fourth stabilizer is time sense. The way you string events into before, now, after creates an artificial linearity that you mistake as the only possible chronological flow. When different planes have completely different time scales running simultaneously. The fifth stabilizer is relational space. Who you include in your we, who you exclude as they, and how you map beings, places, and forces in your inner relational field decides the very geometry and boundaries of your experienced world. When these five stabilizers reconfigure, consciousness automatically enters a completely new reality field, and that new world begins to feel as final and absolute as the previous one. This is the mechanism. This is how you got locked into this one reality, and this is exactly how you will get it out. If you know how you got in, you will simply know how to get out. A small story. A disciple asked the master, "Why do painful memories repeat again and again?" Master said, "Because you feed them daily." A disciple said, "No, master, I want to forget." Master asked, "Then why do you narrate the same story to every new person you meet?" Every new person you meet brings a new possibility of you can re-narrate yourself inside and outside and build a new life and possibility. But you try to gain sympathy or something, attention, by go on narrating the same story every new person you meet. One more small story. A disciple asked, "How powerful are words?" The master said, "Very powerful." Disciple asked, "How much?" Master said, "Call your father by full name once and observe." In those days, we don't call the parents with full name, father or mother. Of course, Gen Z can't understand this joke because Gen Z is habituated to call the parents by name. स्मृति पहचान ध्यान में बोध और संबंधात्मक स्थान ही चेतना को एक ही यथार्थ सांचे में बांध कर रखते हैं। इन्हीं का पुनर्संरचना मुक्ति का द्वार बन जाता है। Now I'll take you through the complete story of Queen Leela. Understand? This is not entertainment. This is a precise map of your own consciousness and a demonstration of exactly what is possible for you right now. There reigned a great king named Batma, and his consort was Queen Leela, who loved him so completely that even the thought of separation was unbearable to her consciousness. She lived inseparable from him, like his very shadow, like his mind itself. A burning thought arose in Leela's heart. She must find some means by which her beloved could remain forever youthful, free from death. She consulted learned Brahmins who told her honestly that no human means can arrest death, that even the most powerful tapas cannot prevent the dissolution of the physical body. Leela made a profound decision. She thought, if I die first, I will attain liberation. But if he dies first, I can only find peace if his jiva remains in my house and continues to bless me with his presence. With this powerful sankalpa, she secretly undertook the most intense austerities, worshipping Goddess Saraswati, the very source of the Vedas, fasting for 3 days at a time, taking minimal food. Once on the 4th day, remaining in unbroken meditation for 10 complete months. Goddess Saraswati manifested before her, shining like the full moon, and granted her 2 boons. First, that after Batma's death, his jiva would remain in her house. Second, that Saraswati would appear whenever Leela remembered her. In time, King Batma suddenly died. Saraswati, invisible in the Akasha, instructed Leela to cover his body with flowers, declaring that while the flowers would fade, the body would remain preserved because his jiva had not departed. Overwhelmed by grief, Leela meditated upon Saraswati, who appeared instantly. Leela cried out that she could not endure separation and begged to be taken wherever her husband now was. Saraswati then revealed the 3 Akashas: Chidakasha, the spiritual space of pure consciousness; Chittakasha, the mental space where thoughts arise; and Bhutakasha, the elemental space of grass manifestation. And blessed Leela with access to Chittakasha. Through Saraswati's grace, Leela entered Nirvikalpa Samadhi and here understood precisely, listen, you should understand precisely what Samadhi is. Samadhi is not unconsciousness, not sleep, but the conscious suspension of the five stabilizers, so that consciousness becomes free to perceive existence as it actually is. In Samadhi, Leela left her body like a bird escaping from a cage, expanding into vast expanse of Chitakasha. She saw an entire magnificent city with a handsome 16-year-old prince reclining on a royal couch, surrounded by ministers and armies, and she immediately recognized him as her beloved Batma, now manifesting as King Viduratha in a completely different reality stream. She had found him living a complete life in another plane of existence, while her physical body remained in her palace. This is the first demonstration of what I am teaching you today. Leela returned and asked Saraswati, how did my husband enter another creation? The goddess began revealing the deeper cosmic history that will shatter your understanding of identity and time. Saraswati described a vast town called Girigrama, where there lived a learned Brahmin named Vasishta, devoted to Dharma, with his equally devoted wife Arundhati. This Vasishta and Arundhati are different from Rishi Vasishta and Arundhati. Listen. This Vasishta and Arundhati are different from Rishi Vasishta and Arundhati. One day, this Brahmin saw a king in magnificent procession and was seized by intense desire for kingship, to rule, to enjoy royal pleasures, to be surrounded by wealth and power. The Brahmin's wife Arundhati prayed to Saraswati, just as Leela had done, receiving the same boon, that her husband's jiva would not leave their house after death. Soon the Brahmin died with his desire for kingship unfulfilled. Through the power of that intense sankalpa, that Brahmin, Vasishta, became King Batma, and then Saraswati revealed the most shocking truth. Leela, you yourself were that Brahmin's wife Arundhati in your previous birth. You and Batma were formerly that couple. All the successive creations are arising from consciousness through sankalpa. Leela was completely bewildered. How can vast kingdoms and countless people, entire worlds exist within a tiny space? Can a mountain fit inside a mustard seed? ஔவையார் சங்ககால புலவர் யாரோ ஒருவர் திருக்குறளை கடுகை துளைத்து ஏழ் கடலை புகட்டின்னு பாடி வச்சிருந்தாங்க. ஔவையார் அதை கேட்டதும் நோ நோ நோ, இது தப்பு, திருக்குறள் அணுவை துளைத்து ஏழ் கடலை புகட்டின்னு சொல்றாங்க. Can a mountain fit inside a mustard seed? The mountain can fit inside an atom itself. What mustard seed? Saraswati answered with revealed the truth. I speak no untruth. All those kingdoms and worlds are of the nature of consciousness alone. They exist not in physical space, but in Chidakasha. And in the space of pure consciousness, grass dimensional limitations have no meaning. The Leela asked the question that reveals time's relativity. How can only 8 days have passed here, while many years passed in Vidurata's world? Saraswati gave the ultimate teaching. Just as a space is mode of consciousness, so is time. Time and space have no independent reality separate from consciousness. Experiencing them through the illusion of death and rebirth, the jiva becomes absorbed in a new thought stream and forgets the former state. Listen. Just make a strong sankalpa. You are Paramashiva, sitting in the Mahasadashiva form in Kailasa, eternally 16, as he describes himself in Kamikagama, in Agamas. Decide you are only that. You are that predominantly. You are that. You operate from that. Paramashiva's relatives are your relatives. Paramashiva's manifestations are your manifestations. Paramashiva's extensions are your extensions. Paramashiva is you. Paramashakti is you. Just make this one sankalpa. You will become eternally 16. The anti-aging will happen to you right now. Saraswati instructed Leela in the complete liberation methodology. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, detachment and the certainty that the universe as it appears to bound. Consciousness is not ultimately real. Together, they entered Samadhi, rising in subtle forms. They traveled through countless regions, witnessing Siddhas, Rakshasas, celestial beings, rivers of light, and countless jivas moving through different planes. They reached Girigrama, where Leela became invisible to the Brahmin's family and removed their grief by touching their foreheads. There Leela was welcomed and treated as a goddess. They then traveled to Vidurata's world, where a great war was raging. Approaching the sleeping king, Saraswati touched his forehead and granted divine vision. Instantly, all veils of Maya lifted, and Vidurata recognized himself as King Batma, remembering his complete relationship with Leela. Amazed, Vidurata asked, how is it that in one day after leaving my body as Padma, I have lived 70 years as Vidurata. Saraswati replied, all such concepts arise from Maya. In truth, there are no births and deaths for the eternal self. All universes created by I and mine are like dreams. The war resumed. Vidurata was killed. His subtle being returned as fourfold. Bhatma's flower-covered corpse became alive, and Bhatma arose again because of Bhatma's intense desire for Leela. At death, another Leela had appeared in Vidurata's world, who became Vidurata's wife, and Saraswati brought both Leelas together. Through Saraswati's final teaching, Leela's delusion ended completely. She realized that all worlds, births, and identities are projections within consciousness, and she attained liberation through the supreme knowledge. I guarantee you guys, as the ultimate manifestation of Paramashiva, any one of you understand today's satsang and decide to live, I give you not only place in Maha Kailasa, Moksha, I give you Dharma, Artha, Kama, all you want. Yoga Vasishta's Utpatti Prakarana beautifully describes Chidakasham Bhavedegam Vidiyam Chitta Sambhavam Dritiyam Bhuta Sambhavam Trayanam Lakshanam Shrunu. There is Chidakasha, Chittakasha, and Bhutakasha. Listen to the nature of these three. Yada swapne nisha dirgha kshana matra pradiyate tata kalpa sahasrani katanyeva na samsayaha. Just as long a dream and night appears, just as long dream night appears as a moment, thousands of kalpas too may pass likewise. Sankalpa matre vedam jagat sarvam vasacharam sankalpe samyadi kshine samyatyeva na samsayaha. This universe is nothing but sankalpa alone. When sankalpa dissolves, the universe subsides. Nirvikalpe samadautu chidihi swatmanidishtadi na kinchit veti no bhakti na shrunoti na pashyati. In Nirvikalpa Samadhi, consciousness rests in its own self. The most crucial truth in Leela's story is this. She never traveled alone. At every step, Saraswati appeared, blessed, interpreted, transported, and revealed. This is not incidental. This is the central teaching about how consciousness actually accesses higher planes. Saraswati is embodiment of Guru Tattva. Saraswati embodies Guru Tattva in its purest form, the living principle by which the higher reality becomes accessible to sincere seekers. The Guru does not merely give information about other lokas. The Guru repositions your consciousness itself so that new orders of reality become directly experiential. Saraswati is the pure Guru Tattva. Guru does not merely give information about other lokas. The Guru repositions your consciousness itself so that new orders of reality become directly experiential. Only an avatar who is one with the very fabric of the cosmos, who is the source of all creation, can guide you to see the nested universe without localizing your identity into confusion or delusion. The Guru gives you Paramatvaita as direct experience, the ultimate non-dual state by which you can disassociate from the limited identity you think you are and instead play with multiple identities and planes while remaining perfectly rooted in truth. This is why today's initiation is so crucial. I am not just explaining the theory, I am repositioning your consciousness, reconfiguring your 5 stabilizers, and opening the doorways that Saraswati opened for Leela. Small story. A disciple poured tea for his master. The cup was cracked and tea leaked onto the table. Master, the cup is broken. Let me get another. Master held up a hand. No, this is the perfect cup. Disciple said, but it leaks. Master said, that is why it is perfect. It cannot hold the past or the future. Only one sip at a time. Just like your attention. Now drink before the sip also becomes memory. The disciple drank quickly. Master smiled. You just swallowed the entire moment, but you missed the taste because you were worried about the crack. The crack was the teaching. The tea was just tea. The disciple looked at the empty, leaking cup. He became enlightened that very moment. Look around and see your identity is empty, leaking cup. These stabilizers are not solid. They are not reality. ध्यान से सुनिए, गुरु तत्व के बिना इस ज्ञान की प्राप्ति संभव नहीं है, क्योंकि केवल साक्षात गुरु ही चेतना को उच्च लोगों की अनुभूति की और सुरक्षित रूप से उन्मुख कर सकते हैं। Why does this matter for your actual daily existence? Listen. Why does this matter for your actual daily existence? Because as long as you think this one reality frame is total, every problem becomes exaggerated. Every fear becomes overwhelming. Every limitation appears permanent. The patterns you cannot break in this life, the same painful relationships, the same limiting beliefs, the same unexplained fears, these patterns have their roots in your other simultaneous planes of existence. Until those planes are accessed and completed, the patterns will keep repeating. When you access your parallel realities through samadhi and Guru initiated consciousness travel, you can see the karmic origins of your current patterns with perfect clarity. More than understanding, you can actually complete the unfinished business in those planes. So it stops creating distortions here. You can update your intelligence, skills, and knowledge by accessing versions of you that already hold those capacities in other planes. You can bring wisdom, talents, and completions from your future births into your present reality and manifest a completely different life. You can interact directly with your past. You can interact directly with your past self and future self, healing relationships across timelines, completing karmic debts, and aligning your present choices with your highest possibilities that already exist in higher dimensions. This is the most advanced form of human development available. It's not psychological healing or a skill development, but conscious navigation of your own multidimensional existence. To create radical transformation in your present experience. Small story. A disciple received a furious letter from an old rival. Hands shaking, he took it to the master. Master said, "Open it after 3 days." 3 days later, the disciple opened it and burst out laughing. Master asked, "What happened?" Disciple said, "The anger has expired. I can see the words are just ink." Also, he misspelled idiot as idiot. I feel more educated than insulted. Master said, time reveals that every insult is just bad spelling in a temporary language. Your heart was once the paper, now it is the shredder. Keep laughing. Your rival accidentally became your teacher. Send him a thank you note with the correct spelling. That will complete the lesson for both of you. The disciple wrote back, thank you for the spelling lesson. It healed me. The rival never replied, having been enlightened against his will. ध्यान से सुनिए, इस विज्ञान द्वारा व्यक्ति अपने अनेक स्तरों की चेतना को जागृत कर कर्म बंधन का समाधान कर सकता है तथा अपने जीवन को पूर्ण रूप से रूपांतरित कर सकता है। Modern science is beginning to catch up to what our rishis lived. I use science only as a mapping language. The truth of the rishis stands on its own authority. The fractal universe model shows that every part contains complete information about the whole, like Russian nesting dolls, where each inner doll holds the full blueprint. This maps perfectly how entire kingdoms can exist within small rooms in Chitakash. The many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics suggests multiple coexisting reality branches are simultaneously real, which resonates with the nested realities revealed in Yoga Vasishta. Neuroscience research on predictive processing describes consciousness as creating internal world models that become lived reality. Exactly the mechanism of the 5 stabilizers I revealed today. The holographic principle in physics shows that complete information about any volume can be encoded on its boundary, providing modern language for how consciousness contains infinite worlds within self. A small story. Great scholar came to a village carrying 20 books. He saw Mullah Nasruddin sitting under a tree with a donkey. The scholar laughed. You have wasted your whole life. Look at me. I know astronomy, mathematics, philosophy, medicine. Mullah nodded very seriously. Then suddenly, the donkey walked away. Mullah immediately ran behind it, shouting, Stop, stop. After 10 minutes, he returned sweating. The scholar smiled proudly. You see, knowledge is important. You cannot even control a donkey. Mullah said, my friend, if I lose one donkey, I became a fool. If you lose 20 books, you become professor. आधुनिक, ध्यान से सुनिए, आधुनिक बौद्धिक विज्ञान, फ्रैक्टल संरचना, अनेक विश्व सिद्धांत और होलोग्राफिक सिद्धांत द्वारा इस प्राचीन सत्य के पुष्टि करता है कि चेतना ही सर्वव्यापी आधार है. Now the sacred initiation. Paragaya Pravesam. Now I am initiating everyone into the supreme power revealed through Leela's story with the complete authority of Paramashiva and his ultimate manifestation happening here as this Nithyananda Paramashivam being and the living manifestation of Paramashiva's Guru Tattva. I am giving you the technology of Paragaya Pravesham, conscious travel between bodies and planes. Whoever listens to this satsang and practices this, I commit with you all as Paramashiva's ultimate manifestation. I will be with you, guiding you, protecting you, enlightening you, just as Saraswati did for Leela, and give you the ultimate liberation. Sit straight. Close your eyes. I will reconfigure your 5 stabilizers. Keep the Atmalinga in your palms and sit straight. I am working directly on your memory to release its rigid grip on one story. Softening your identity boundaries. Expanding your attention beyond current fixations. Relaxing your linear time sense and widening your relational space to include dimensions you have never accessed. As these stabilizers reconfigure under the Guru Kripa, Guru's grace, Guru Shakti, you will feel experientially that this world you have treated as absolute is just one of the countless possible arrangements for your consciousness. You will receive glimpses of past incarnations seeing unresolved relationships and karmic patterns that can now be completed through conscious awareness. Some of you may receive darshan of your future possibilities, witnessing how you exist when fully awakened and empowered. Allow your consciousness to expand beyond the five stabilizers of your current reality. Let the Guru reposition your inner world model into alignment with the truth of your multidimensional existence. I am holding you in Paramadvaita so you never get lost in any layer of manifestation. You are learning to navigate the multiverse while remaining rooted in the ultimate truth of Paramashiva consciousness. यह परहाय प्रवेश दीक्षा चेतना के स्थिर डांजोन का पुनर्गठन करती है, जिसे साधक बहुआयामी अनुभव की ओर अग्रसर होता है. Sit in Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Now you have received the complete science of nested realities through Queen Leela's extraordinary journey. You have seen how consciousness creates multiple worlds through Sankalpa, how time and space are relative, how identity is layered, and how Guru opens the ultimate truth. Internalize these five cosmic revelations completely. Time is not absolute, space is not absolute, identity is layered, worlds are nested, and consciousness guided by Guru is the only reality. Let these truths reconfigure your entire understanding of existence. You are not local, you are not limited, you are not this one name, one body, one timeline. You are consciousness itself, infinite, nested, simultaneous, spontaneous, synergetic, and free. The hoax of single reality imprisonment is broken forever. From today, let your life be Leela, the divine play across multiple lokas, rooted in Paramadvaita with Paramashiva, Guru, who is ultimate manifestation of Paramashiva. free from the fear of loss or change, overflowing with the joy of knowing you are the cosmic focal point of Paramashiva himself. Use this technology consciously. Access your parallel realities to complete karmic patterns. Update your capacities. Heal across timelines and manifest your ultimate possibilities in this present reality. Knowing that you are simultaneously existing in different planes right now, you can edit, rewrite, and recreate your past and future births. You can interact with your multidimensional self and bring that power into transforming your present experience completely. Tathas. I have transmitted the technology. Initiation is complete. The technology is transmitted. The multiverse is open to your conscious navigation. Live as the infinite being you truly are. Paramashivatvamas. Paramashivoham. 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 Paramashiva, direct message from Maha Kailasa. Listen, I am giving you the most powerful truth first. Today, I am going to initiate this truth directly as an experience to you so that it stops being just information and becomes your cellular reality. When I say the universe is holographic, what does it actually mean for you right now, in this very moment? It means the entire universe, which is Paramashiva himself, not part of him, not a symbol of him, but Paramashiva in his complete, undivided, undiminished, absolute totality is available to you in every single moment of your life exactly as he is. Listen, listen. You do not need to do something special. You do not need to go to some special place. You do not need to wait for some future enlightenment or after death state. You can experience Paramashiva as he is here and now in this very breath, in this very heartbeat, in this very experience that is already happening within you. This is not a philosophy to think about. This is not an inspiration to feel good for a few minutes. This is the technical, specific, spiritual, real, ultimate reality of existence itself. Today I am giving you the exact technology to access that reality. The technology of Shat Adva, the six-fold technology of harnessing the holographic universe. A small story. The king and the precious gem. A great king once summoned his minister and said, I have heard that there is a precious gem that can grant immortality, go and find it for me. The minister searched the entire kingdom. He went to the mountains, the forests, the rivers, the temples. He consulted wise sages and traveled to distant lands. After many years, he returned empty-handed. The minister said, Your Majesty, I have searched everywhere. I could not find the gem. The king sighed deeply. Just then, king's young daughter walked into the court. She was holding a beautiful gem in her hand, playing with it. She said, Father, why are you so sad? Look at this beautiful stone I found in your own garden. The king looked at the gem. It was exactly the gem of immortality he had been seeking. It had been in his own garden all along, right outside his palace door. The minister fell at the king's feet. Your Majesty, forgive me. I searched the whole world, but I forgot to look where I was standing. I searched for God everywhere, then realized he was hiding in plain sight, laughing at my GPS. Just as the king's gem was in his own garden, right outside his palace door, in the most obvious place, Paramashiva is in this very moment, in this very breath, in your own heart. The minister searched mountains, forests, rivers, and temples. He went to distant lands, consulted wise sages. But the gem was where he began, at home. You are the minister. You search for Paramashiva in temples, pilgrimages, future lifetimes, and special spiritual states. Meanwhile, he is in the garden of this very moment, the moment you are living right now. The gem of immortality, Paramashiva consciousness, is not somewhere else. It's in the breath you are breathing. It's in the heartbeat you are feeling. It's in the awareness that is listening to these words. परमशिवा प्रत्येक क्षण में पूर्ण रूप से विद्यमान है तथा षट अत्व वह दिव्य तकनीक है जिसके द्वारा इन्हें प्रत्यक्ष रूप से साक्षात किया जा सकता है. Understand the foundational revolutionary declaration of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. God is not just kept somewhere out there in the cosmos alone, distant and unreachable until after death, which is what so many other traditions teach. Our Sanatana Hindu Dharma declares something completely completely different, something infinitely more intimate. Paramashiva is described as the very source, the subtle in the subtlest, more intimate than your own breath, smaller than the smallest particle, and simultaneously he is the whole Brahmanda, the complete cosmos in all its gigantic infinite glory. Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. He is smaller than the smallest and greater than the greatest, both at once without any contradiction. That is why in our tradition we worship a small Shivalinga and directly experience the infinite cosmos. This is why one single lamp can reveal the complete Jyotirlinga. This is why one simple flower offered with devotion becomes the total offering of all the worlds. Because Paramashiva is fully present everywhere, not symbolically but actually, not partially but completely. Every moment contains his complete presence. Every act can become a total contact with him. This is not belief. This is the very structure of reality, and this is the foundation of the whole science I am revealing today. Short story. There was once a humble sculptor who made beautiful idols for temples. He would take a simple stone and chisel away everything that was not the form of the God being revealed. One day, a wealthy man came to him and said, I want the most beautiful idol of Shiva. I'll pay you 1,000 gold coins. The sculptor began his work. He spent days studying the stone, meditating on Shiva, and carefully chiseling. After many weeks, the idol was complete. The wealthy man was astonished. He said, this is not just an idol. It feels alive. How did you create this? The sculptor bowed and said, I did not create the idol. I simply removed everything that was not Shiva. The Shiva was always there in the stone. I just revealed him. The wealthy man wept, and Shiva is everywhere. Sculptor said, not everywhere as a distant concept. Shiva is the stone. Shiva is the chisel. Shiva is my hands. Shiva is your eyes seeing this idol. Shiva is this moment. I just helped you to see what was always there. The sculptor did not put Shiva into the stone. He removed what was hiding. Similarly, Paramashiva is not placed onto moments by our worship. He is already there. Paramashiva is not placed into moments by our worship. He is already there. We just need to remove the veils, the ignorance, the separation, the I am this body identification, to see him. Continuously trying to control, manipulate. Drop that. You are the sculptor. Your life is the stone. Your sadhana, your awareness, your devotion. These are the chisels. You don't create Paramashiva. You don't bring him into the existence. You simply remove everything that is not him, and he is revealed. Now, how do you actually access this Paramashiva, who is fully available in every moment? This is described in Tantra Loka by Abhinavagupta through the science of Advopa Yoga. The day before yesterday, I revealed the Shat Advas, the 6 Advas. But now you will learn how to use those Advas as a living technology to experience Paramashiva in any moment of your life through any act, however simple it may appear. Tantraloka Abhinavagupta says, Adva Kramena Yadavye Pade Sampatti Karaname Hedunam Boga Bogatva Aprabuddhanam Chayat Chayat. Aprabuddhanam Chaya Jayat. That's the key word. The word Adva, meaning path, stands for the means by making use of which the aspirant attains the end, which lies in getting the object of enjoyment by the dualist and getting assimilated to Shiva by the wise. Listen to this. The path stands for the means by making use of which aspirant attains the end, which lies in the getting the object of enjoyment by the dualist and getting assimilated to Shiva by the wise. Actually, it means you can achieve either Dharmartha Kama or Moksha, anything you want. But the path is this. Tatra Kriya Shastram Yat Tasya Kalat Pudiryate Varna Mantra Patashrayena Shadatva Samsrudame. That Adva is characterized as related with time, which reflects action. In this context, there emerge clearly 3 kinds of path depending on letter, mantra and word. Yatmurtyatmiga tasya sadesakya idikakhyade kala tattva purartatma dvitiyo adva prakirtitaha. That part of Advan which is characterized as spatial, which reflects form, while the other one reflecting time is considered as related to Kala. Listen, I am repeating. That part of Adva path is characterized as spatial, which reflects form, while the other one reflecting time is considered as related to Kala, Tattva and Pura. Ede triga abhibodena pratyegam stula sukshma paratvatah yato asti tesham samuhobi esha shat atva idi uchyate. Both these triads of path again are distinguished by features of grossness, subtleness and transcendence. Thus, all paths taken together become of 6 kinds. Listen. Now I'll elaborately explain. What does Adva really mean? It's not just path in the ordinary sense. The word path is the too shallow translation. The translation is too shallow. Adva means the dimensional spreads of consciousness, the precise ways in which Paramashiva stretches himself out from his pure, formless, undivided state into the manifest experience of your daily life, body, mind, world, sound, meaning, time, space. Think deeply. Do the Shravana and Manana deeply. Paramashiva is one, infinite, undivided, and yet you experience many, a physical body, a thinking mind, and an external world, sounds, words, meanings, emotions. How does the one become many without ever ceasing to be one? Do the manana. Paramashiva is one, infinite, undivided, and yet you experience many, a physical body, a thinking mind, and an external world, sounds, words, meanings, emotions. How does one become many without ever ceasing to be one? That is exactly what the science of Adva explains. Each Adva is one complete layer of how infinite encodes itself into the finite without losing its infinity. Advopayoga means using these very layers as a reverse engineering technology to decode any experience, any thought, any sensation, any act back to its source, which is Paramashiva. The 12th chapter in Tantraloka gives the exact scriptural authority when it declares the whole Adva is present in consciousness, in the body, in the prana, in the nadis, and in outer objects, and that the whole form appears everywhere. Listen. Small story. There was once a great weaver who could create the most magnificent tapestries. His tapestries were so beautiful that people said they were alive. The flowers bloomed, the birds sang, the rivers flowed, all within the cloth. A young apprentice came to him and said, Master, how do you create such a living tapestry? The weaver smiled and gave him a single thread. First, understand this thread. He said, everything in the tapestry, the flowers, the birds, the river, the mountain, is made of this same thread. The thread is one, but it becomes many. The apprentice looked at the thread, but how does one thread become so many things? The weaver took the thread and began to weave. Watch closely, he said. The thread goes over and under. It changes direction. It makes loops. It tightens. It loosens. The same thread becomes the sky, the earth, the water, the fire, because of the patterns, the structures, the weaving. The thread is one. It never stops being thread. It is not diluted. When it becomes a flower, it is not diminished. When it becomes a bird, the thread is fully thread in every part of the tapestry. Yet the thread becomes many forms, flowers, birds, mountains, rivers. How? Through weaving the structure, the patterns, the organization. This is exactly how consciousness, Paramashiva, becomes the universe. Varna means pure sound, is the raw thread. Pure consciousness. Mantra is the weaving pattern, the structure that gives form. Pada is the meaning of the pattern, what the weave represents. Kala is the tension of the thread, the power, the energy. Tattva is the material of the thread, the substance, the principles. Bhuvana is the entire tapestry, the world, the experience. But remember, the thread is still thread. It has not become something else. The flower is thread, the bird is thread, the mountain is thread. Similarly, every moment is consciousness. Every experience is Paramashiva. Forms change, but the substance remains the same. Listen intensely. There are exactly 6 advas, divided into two sides that cover the entirety of existence. Vachaka side, subjective. Sound side, Vachya side, objective, manifestation side. Each one is a precise gear in the cosmic mechanism. On the Vachaka side, the first is Varna, the individual letters, the seed sounds. The 50 Sanskrit letters are not just language, they are the 50 living Shaktis of Paramashiva. The very powers of cosmic intelligence from which all sound and all reality emerge. Second is mantra. Not mere repetitive chanting, living vibrational codes, concentrated packets of Paramashiva's will that when alive vibrate your very being. Third is Pada, words and their inner meanings, the structured understanding that bridges the formless and the formed, so that every word carries a whole world and every meaning creates a reality. On the Vachya side, fourth, Kala, the power bands, the energy capacity that determines how much Shakti flows through any given moment. Fifth is Tattva, the building blocks, the 36 principles of pure Shiva down to earth element, so that every experience you have is literally built from these tattvas, each tattva being Paramashiva expressing as a specific principle. Sixth is Bhuvana, the worlds, the experiential fields, the 118 Bhuvanas, ranging from physical dimensions to the highest cosmic dimensions. And your current world contains within its very structure the intelligence of all the worlds. These advas are of three types. Shuddha Adva, realm of Shiva, pure light. Shuddha Ashuddha Adva, realm of limitation and time. Ashuddha Adva, realm of mind, senses and matter. Now the crucial life-changing understanding. All six advas are present simultaneously, spontaneously, synergetically, in every single experience you have. Right now, this moment as a bhuvana, the space you are in, your inner state, a tattva, your body, senses, mind, time, active now, a kala, the level of shakti you are operating with, a pada, the meaning you assign to this moment, a mantra, the inner sentence repeating in your mind, a varna, the raw seed feeling underneath everything. In every one of these layers, Paramashiva is fully encoded. No? They are all consciousness expressing as one moment. A small story. A young boy once planted a small seed in the ground. He watered it daily and watched it grow. After many years, it became a huge tree with thousands of branches, millions of leaves, and countless fruits. One day, an old sage came and sat under the tree. The boy asked, "Sir, this tree is so big. How did such a big tree come from such a small seed?" The sage smiled and said, "The tree was always in the seed. The seed did not create the tree. It just unfolded what was already there. Every branch, every leaf, every fruit was already encoded in the seed's intelligence. The seed is small, but what it contains is infinite." The boy understood. So the seed is not just the beginning. It is the whole tree in compressed form, causal form. The seed is small, but within that tiny seed is the entire tree. The roots, the trunk, the branches, the leaves, the flowers, the fruits, it's all there, compressed, waiting to unfold. This is exactly what a moment is. This moment seems small. It seems ordinary. It seems like just a tiny piece of time. You are just sitting and listening to this satsang. But within this moment is the entire cosmos. All the 36 tattvas, all the 118 bhuvanas, all of Paramashiva's infinite intelligence. It is all there compressed, waiting to unfold. The seed does not become tree. The seed is the tree in compressed form. Similarly, the moment does not become the cosmos. The moment is the cosmos in compressed form. When you plant a seed, you don't say, "I will wait for the tree to come." You say, "The tree is already here. I just need to let it unfold." Similarly, when you live a moment, don't say, I will wait for Paramashiva to come, say, Paramashiva is already here. I just need to see him. I am expanding the same core truth from Advik angle, from the angle of the Advas. Every moment, your life is a compressed cosmos. This is not poetry. It is the direct technical consequence of 6 Advas operating simultaneously in everything you experience. In this very moment, while you are listening to these words, the bhuvana of this gathering and your inner space is active. The tattvas of sound, mind, intellect and body are structured. The kala that lets you grasp this knowledge is flowing. The pada, I am receiving Paramashiva's message, is forming meaning. The mantra of some subtle inner vibration is repeating. The varna of pure consciousness is the base. And Paramashiva, complete, is encoded in all 6 layers at once. This is why any moment can become enlightenment. This is why any act can become liberation. You do not need a special moment because this very moment already contains Paramashiva completely, with no dilution, no fragmentation. The whole cosmos is packed into the now. Blessings to every one of you. Blessings.
When I arrived here, I was in a very, very dark space, very pessimistic, but now there's this love inside of me, there's this joy inside of me, and the belief systems are changing, so all of a sudden opportunities are everywhere.
I've been learning the yoga from other sources previously, but the Swamiji's yoga is the only place from authentic source. It's really, really different. Also enjoying the pure vegetarian, organic, sattvic foods.
This special yoga makes my body more flexible, and Swamiji is teaching me what is intensity, what is integrity, and what is discipline.
Before coming, I twisted my left wrist during basketball game, and I barely can use my left hand. After few training, my hand can sustain my body weight, and now everything looks normal for my left hand.
Starting early in the morning with some yoga to move the body, then puja to move the spirit, then these talks that really dive into my subconscious mind to really get into these root patterns of my life and to really release that emotional charge once and for all for my being. In day 28, I am complete.
I think the biggest breakthroughs for me were like completion with my social circle, like my parents and relationships. So I really felt deep healing experiences. Also, I kind of manifested different powers. For example, I could do remote vision. Another thing that I manifested was body scanning. I would say the last thing that really touched me was how everything is so kind of personal. The whole experience, like people really attend to you, they care about you. You're not just a number in a program, but you're treated like a real being. So I really appreciate that.
Everybody has a wonderful breakthroughs and experiences.
Life-changing process once you have joined.
I would recommend this to anyone who wants to make a big shift in his life, a big change. Not even just like growth, but for personal transformation and breakthroughs, because this program just brings you to the next level.
If anybody is just tired of being tired and wants to do something new in his life, I encourage you to come and try PSS. Make it happen for your life. You're not gonna regret it. You're gonna love it, and you're gonna do it for yourself.
When I arrived here, I was in a very, very dark space, very pessimistic, but now there's this love inside of me, there's this joy inside of me, and the belief systems are changing, so all of a sudden opportunities are everywhere.
I've been learning the yoga from other sources previously, but the Swamiji's yoga is the only place from authentic source. It's really, really different. Also enjoying the pure vegetarian, organic, sattvic foods.
This special yoga makes my body more flexible, and Swamiji is teaching me what is intensity, what is integrity, and what is discipline.
Before coming, I twisted my left wrist during basketball game, and I barely can use my left hand. After few training, my hand can sustain my body weight, and now everything looks normal for my left hand.
Starting early in the morning with some yoga to move the body, then puja to move the spirit, then these talks that really dive into my subconscious mind to really get into these root patterns of my life and to really release that emotional charge once and for all for my being. In day 28, I am complete.
I think the biggest breakthroughs for me were like completion with my social circle, like my parents and relationships. So I really felt deep healing experiences. Also, I kind of manifested different powers. For example, I could do remote vision. Another thing that I manifested was body scanning. I would say the last thing that really touched me was how everything is so kind of personal. The whole experience, like people really attend to you, they care about you. You're not just a number in a program, but you're treated like a real being. So I really appreciate that.
Everybody has a wonderful breakthroughs and experiences.
Life-changing process once you have joined.
I would recommend this to anyone who wants to make a big shift in his life, a big change. Not even just like growth, but for personal transformation and breakthroughs, because this program just brings you to the next level.
If anybody is just tired of being
श्री कैलासोन्नत द्वादशान्त श्यामला पीठारूढ़ श्री मीनाक्षि सुंदरेश्वरा भिन्न स्वरूप परशिव पुत्र रत्न कुमार गुरुमण्यतुल्यावतार श्री पार्वती स्तन्यपान लब्ध दिव्य ज्ञान विश्रुत सकल निगमागम सारभूत द्राविड वेद प्रवक्त्रे श्रीमत् परमशिव करुणा समधिगत मुक्तामय चतुरश्रयान गीयमान छत्र चामर श्री चिन्ह काहलादि समस्त बिरदावल्यलंकृत ज्ञान विज्ञान चक्रवर्ती सर्वजन संघ सद्यो निर्वाण दीक्षा व्ययापवर्ग वर्ष विश्राण जीमूत परमत कलभ केसरी शैव सिद्धांत स्थापनाचार्य श्री राजाधिराज पांड्य महाराज गुरु क्षपण शाक्यादि महांधकार निवारण ज्ञान भानु वीक्षणानर्हार्ह ध्वजोच्छेदन पूर्वक श्रीमद्वृषभध्वज स्थापक शैव समय कर्त्रे सर्वज्ञ पीठारूढ़ श्री जगद्गुरु श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक स्वामी वागीश सुंदर माणिक्य वाचक स्वामिनाम् अवतार भूत श्री ज्ञान संबंध स्वामी पुनरुद्धृत श्यामला पीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ त्रिनवत्युत्तर द्विशततम गुरु महासन्निधान अरुणगिरि योगीश्वर परंपरागत अरुणाचल सर्वज्ञ पीठ गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत कांची कैलास सर्वज्ञ पीठ त्रयस्त्रिंशदुत्तर द्विशततम गुरु महासन्निधान नित्योत्सव नित्य मंगल नित्य कल्याण नित्य रजित कैलास परंपरागत आदि कैलास नित्यानंद पीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासन पीठ कर्तः साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कैलास परंपरागत वैवस्वत मनु इक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चंद्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचंद्र शूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ती परंपरागत चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी मंडित चतुष्षष्टि संप्रदाय प्रवर्तक मनुधर्म शासन सूर्यवंश प्राप्त सर्वज्ञ पीठ सुरांगी साम्राज्य मूर्धाभिषिक्त चूड़ामणे साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कपिल महागुरु पुनरुद्धृत महानिर्वाणि पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री महामंडलेश्वर साक्षात् श्री परमशिव सिंहासनाभिषिक्त समस्त गणनायक श्री महागणपति समारंभ अनवच्छिन्न पीठाधीश्वर गुरु परंपरा प्राप्त अटल पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री अटल पीठाधीश्वर धर्म मुक्ति स्वर्गपुर स्वर्ण पीठ त्रयोविंश गुरुमहासन्निधान कैलास परम्परागत आदिपीठ सर्वज्ञपीठ जगद्गुरो श्रीकैलास पुनरुद्धारक श्रीकैलास परमाचार्य श्रीमत्परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्यवर्य सच्चिदानन्द प्रणव स्वरूप श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठ श्रीमज्जगद्गुरु श्रील श्री भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिन् अत्रागत्य परिपाल्य च अस्मान् विज्ञान वितरणेन विजयी भव जय जय।